All right, we are live. Dr. Betty Seltzer, how are you today?
Great. How are you, Shawn?
Fantastic.
Good.
So I have my mic in here now. Hopefully, people can hear me a little better. Um, I'm I don't know, trying to be a broadcaster or something like that. Betty.
That's great. That's great.
We'll see. We'll see. I see you have your farmers insurance swag on there, right
Yes.
beside you.
Okay.
Um, and so we'll talk a little bit until everybody gets on here. But the basic premise that we're going to talk about today is largely about life insurance and the importance of it. And then as you're getting on, people uh, put some comments in the comment section, like any questions that you might have, or like I said, specific comments. Make sure you put that in there, and then we can get that answered. But if you will, real quick, Betty, can you tell us, tell us who you are and what you do?
Yes. Thank you, Shawn, for the invitation.
No
I,
worries.
I just love talking about life insurance, about insurance in general. Um, I am a farmer's insurance agent. I have an agency in Largo, Maryland, for those who live in Maryland. And what I do, I'm a full service provider in terms of insurance, meaning that I offer home insurance, auto insurance, business commercial insurance, life insurance. You name it, I have it if it deals with insurance. And I've been in the business, actually, I've been licensed since 2005. I
Oh,
received
wow.
my life insurance license, but I opened up my own agency in 2016. I took that leap of faith, left my federal government job, my good government job, and I am still a owner, a business owner. And it's nothing like being an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's seems like, especially nowadays with so many job losses and due to COVID, um,
Exactly.
it really helps you to kind of reflect and to realize like how important the whole entrepreneurial aspect is to our economy,
Yes.
and how when moments like this happen, it's kind of like, I don't want to sound insensitive, but we can sort of control our destiny,
That's
um, as an entrepreneur. So yeah, I applaud you for that, and to be able to have a business. Did you say what year did you say you started again?
my farmer's insurance agency in 2016. So 4 years.
That's great. That's
Yes.
great because
Hmm.
statistically, it takes it's rough in the first 3 years for businesses.
Yes.
So you made it beyond that point. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Thank you. And,
Yeah.
and reflecting back on folks being unemployed during this COVID, that's what basically led me into finding a stream of income where it's an essential business. I'm helping others, and
Right.
that's very rewarding.
Right. Right. And so no, it's awesome, and we appreciate it. So as everybody knows, every Thursday we come on here to do these live streams. Really, Fortis Mortgage, powered by Fortis Mortgage. I'm Shawn Williams, and I'm the broker owner of Fortis Mortgage. And so the biggest thing is that I want people to know we're still doing mortgages and home loans. We're still in the real estate space, but I would be very selfish if I didn't share the network that we've built over the past 15, 16, 20 years, my entire life, basically, to be able to help people gain information to help them be better in their lives. So a good bit of the stuff that we've been talking about, Betty, has been real estate and financing, but there's been other value added information that we've been bringing to our network. And so we've been speaking a lot, and we work with you on the homeowners insurance
Yes.
aspect, in which we refer customers for you to help them with their homeowners insurance when they're purchasing homes. But we've been talking a little bit about life insurance, and just given the pandemic, and there's mortality that's going on with this. I know specifically for me, been thinking more about life insurance. I have life insurance personally. My family members I talk to and friends about it, but there's so many people out there that just don't know the benefits of it. And like honestly, you don't think about it until you really need it. But when you need it, it's not a benefit that comes to you or me. So it's kind of tough for people to wrap their heads around why you kind of need it, but it's an after death benefit. And so I won't steal your thunder, but I'll let you talk more about it. What are some of the like major reasons why you think, and based on your experiences being an expert in this, why people should have life insurance?
Okay, life insurance, I often say, is for the living. You said it's an after death benefit, but actually it could be for the living as well.
Okay.
Because there's so many benefits in having life insurance. Life insurance offers you peace of mind, number one, if you, in the event that someone does die too soon. It also offers you a retirement plan, long-term care you could get from life insurance. There's different riders that you can have in a terminal illness rider where you can take money out of the plan. So the benefit is just having peace of mind and also having access to funds that are not normally available to you. In the event that you do live too long and you outlive your retirement plan, you get sick and you need some extra funds to pay for your health care. So those are the major benefits. Also, disability, if you become disabled, if you have the right type of plan, you can withdraw money. As long as the plan is still full in force, once you take out that loan,
Right.
It's not taxable in most cases.
Okay. So is there a time in which you should consider getting life insurance? Like, is it time where you're too young or too old? Like, when should you really start thinking about getting life insurance?
The time is now.
Okay,
Yes,
I got it.
the time is now. So are you too old, too young? There are plans that you can get up until age 90, surprisingly. But the younger you are and the healthier you are, that's when you want to get the insurance on you. And you want to get something that is more permanent, I would say, like a whole life insurance or an IUL, an index universal life policy. And an index universal life policy, that's basically tied to the market where you get the upside of the market. So if the market declines, you still don't lose your money. That's the benefit and how it grows. That policy grows.
Understood. And then are there any like downsides or pitfalls that people should be thinking about, like in regards to life insurance? Like, what option or policy might work better for someone versus the other?
Well, that's the benefit of sitting down with someone like me, an expert that can talk about individual needs, because everyone's needs is not like a one size fit all type of plan. You
Mm-hmm.
want to sit down with an expert, have them find out what your needs are and what your budget is. And then we can fit you into that appropriate plan. So you have term insurance for those that may not be able to afford a policy. And those premiums are pretty low and reasonable. And we could find ways to help you afford that month after month in paying for your premium. You also have those who are older, so they may need just a financial expense plan, like a death benefit plan in terms of financial final expenses. So we would look at that as well. But to answer your question, the younger and healthier that you are, that's the best time to get it, but we can fit you right in. There's plans, all types of plans that we have to help you.
Understood. So the younger and healthier you are, it's less friction in regards to getting qualified, like easier to qualify for it. But then at what point do you start to get like medical questions and stuff being asked where it makes it a little bit more difficult to qualify?
Well, there's some what we call simplified issue plans, and they only ask you a few basic questions in terms of your health. There's plans where you don't even need a physical, but we would rely on medical documentation to qualify that individual. So basically, the industry is trying to help those who want to help themselves.
Understood. And in our industry, for instance, folks are purchasing homes,
Mhm.
and there might be a situation where there's a primary breadwinner in the family that the mortgage is in their name, or just there might be a joint mortgage and such, and so that breadwinner passes away, uh, and it's my understanding that there's some kind of like mortgage insurance product that, and
Yes.
I haven't done a lot of research about it. If I recall, I'm pretty sure my wife and I purchased one of these policies many years ago, but I'm embarrassed to say I haven't really looked much more into the policy and what the benefits are. But is
Mhm.
that something that is it, because I get my clients that contact me and say, hey, this insurance company is offering us mortgage insurance to protect our house, to pay off our mortgage if we, not if, but when we pass away.
Right.
And so are those legitimate, like policies?
Absolutely. Those are called mortgage protection plans.
I see.
So basically, it is a life insurance policy. It could be in a form of a term policy or a permanent life policy in the event that the breadwinner does transition, and you still have that mortgage to be responsible for. So absolutely, those are legitimate. I would suggest you want to read the policy, become familiar with your policy, make sure it doesn't expire in the event that it is a term policy. Because term policies, those are temporary. So usually they're based on 10, 20, or 30 years of the individual's life.
Understood. That's important for everybody that's listening to understand, because I know there's varying levels of people that are on this watching the live stream. As she mentioned, the term policy, you pay for a certain period of time, and then when that time is up, then your policy lapses. Is that right?
Well, it will expire.
Expire.
Yes. The
Okay,
policy will lapse in the event that you don't pay
that you
for
don't
the
pay, so
policy.
it'll
You don't
expire.
pay the premium. Yes.
So you can outlive your term insurance policy.
If you don't renew it,
I
certainly.
got you,
So you
but
would renew it.
it's renewable. So like if I get
Yeah.
a 20-year term policy, at the end of 20 years, obviously if I've outlived it, I have the opportunity now to renew it.
Yes.
Okay.
If you qualify for that individual plan, yes, you can renew it. Yes.
Oh, so you have to qualify at that time.
If you only get a 20, you usually the mortgage is 30 years. So a 30-year term policy should be sufficient.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. It should be if you don't refinance and start over again. You know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Refinancing.
I
Mhm.
definitely know about that. Real quick too, why farmers? Like, why did you decide to go with farmers back in 2016?
Farmers has a lot to offer to agents in terms of the support that we receive, the training that we receive. Um, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That type of scenario. Um, Farmers is an all-around great company to work for, and we've been in business. I say we, but Farmers has been in business since 90. I think in 91 years, 92 years.
Oh wow.
92 years. In 2018, we celebrated 90 years, Farmers Insurance.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
And what is like, so I apologize. I'm kind of all over the place, but we're just
No
talking here.
problem. It's
Folks are
just a
knowing this.
conversation.
Yeah, they've
Yes,
been listening to the live stream. I think we've done a lot better when it's less scripted and we're having a real conversation, because
that's right.
it's relatable.
Mhm.
So where I've seen life insurance be like a major impact, especially like in my family, is for funeral expenses. And so like just the average funeral cost, I think, is something like what, $8,000 to $10,000.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and so that could be very costly for some families, if you don't have the life insurance policy. So is that something that people should at least keep into consideration? Is something like that at least for that type of death benefit? I know it's a financial vehicle,
Hmm.
potentially to build wealth in the future, but at minimum, I would think that you should at least have a policy to cover your funeral expenses and arrangements.
I do agree with that. Yes, absolutely. You should have at least the cost of your funeral. I think people should be accountable and responsible enough to at least get $10,000 worth of coverage or $20,000 worth of coverage, because funerals are expensive. In the event that that's the route they want to go, people are getting cremated as well, which is less costly on the family. Um, but definitely have at least the minimum amount. And we also leave here with debt. So to cover any type of debt that we may have, that policy could cover that.
Understood.
Mhm.
This is a morbid conversation.
Yeah, but it's morbid, but it's necessary. It's definitely necessary to have this conversation with your loved ones, to find out where their paperwork is and their policies are, if they have any policies, because basically the burden is going to be on the family that's left behind, the survivors who are left here
Right.
to have to deal with the burial expenses, the just setting up the funeral arrangements. So it's a necessary conversation. None of us are going to get out of here alive, right?
That's very true. It's all good until it's not, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get it. And what like in regards to life insurance, is there anything else you want to add to that piece?
I want to say too that a lot of people don't want to have that conversation with their loved ones, but we do have affordable plans that can meet most people's needs, the average American's needs. So have that conversation. If to me, the best way to say that you love your loved ones is to have a policy and don't leave them in debt, because they're already going to be mourning over the loss of a loved one. So that's to show you love the individual.
Understood.
Life insurance.
Well, one of my friends, he always says, "What does he say? If you can't take care of your family in life, take care of them in death."
Yes.
And that's his sort of his phrase or analogy towards life insurance.
Yeah, that's an excellent way to view it. Take care of them in death. When you're gone, then they still can exist. Um, they won't become indebted or in debt to someone, and they can pay their bills. They can sustain their life through life insurance.
And then what's the best way to do an analysis, so to speak? Like, so for instance, your clients that you have for, all the different levels of coverage that you offer to them, like how does that conversation go when you're talking about stuff like this? Like just the whole comprehensive plan.
Okay, so basically, we get some information from them. We have a one-on-one consultation with, if they married, the husband and the wife together. And we just sit down and look at their expenses. And it's something called the dime method. So we look at their debt, their income, their mortgage, and then any expenses they may have. Or maybe if they have young children, educational expenses. So that's the dime method.
What's
We
dime?
DIME.
Yes.
That's what we use to do our analysis. And then we decide, how much they can afford through that dime analysis, and take it from there. We ask, simple questions, what their goals are.
Interesting. Got it. Got it. And so, what else did you want to, you think we should talk about today, in regards to that? Like I said, it's, I'd be lying if I told you I was super excited to come on here and talk about life insurance, but, I know it's important, and, it's, I've lived it before with family members and such. And, with me having a family, I felt like it was very important for us to get ourselves set up so that it's an investment vehicle while we're living, but like I said, mentioned earlier, after death. But what are we missing? Like, what else should folks consider that maybe we haven't talked about, or is there anything else that you'd like to add, even outside of the life insurance piece?
As I mentioned before, too, is that not all policies require a physical, meaning we call it a paramed. So they don't all require that you have your blood work and your analysis done. It depends on the premium amount, not the premium, the face amount of that policy. So don't be intimidated. A lot of people are frightened about insurance. But I'm a friendly person. If you want to come to me, feel free to utilize my services and my knowledge. Um, I won't steer you wrong, and I'm here to help the community.
That's awesome. So how do we find you, Dr. Seltzer?
Well, I'm located, like I said, in Largo, Maryland, and the best way to find me is through you can email me, um, B Seltzer, my last name is on the screen, Seltzer at farmersagent.com. And also my phone number is 301-798-6097. 301-798-6097. And I'm also licensed in Maryland, Virginia, and DC, the District of Columbia, New York, and Florida. So I'm licensed and available.
You said licensed and what?
And available
Yeah,
to help my community.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
So that's I think for us that's pretty much it. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this because it's like you mentioned, it's a very big help to the community and to people in general. But yeah, thank you for your time. And so as I ask everyone, Dr. Seltzer, for parting words, do you have any parting words for the community that's listening today?
Yes, just take care of your loved ones. Again, life insurance is an expression of love. So take care of your loved ones by getting a policy. Speak to a licensed professional, and, and it's affordable. So take that necessary step to make sure that you have peace of mind.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Shawn. And thank you, Shawn, for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no worries. You're awesome. You've been good to us. Anytime we refer someone to you, you handle it with kid gloves and white glove, I should say, service. And
Okay, thank you.
everyone comes back and they're raving about the service they get. Your company is a great company as well. And like you mentioned, they've been in business for 90 years. You're the owner of the company, so it means something to you that you give the good service and that someone's getting the best level of service in the policy. So we couldn't ask for more, and so yeah, I appreciate it. And so what I'll leave everybody with is what I say all the time is is build relationships before you need them, and that's how we met. Dr. Seltzer is through our intern.
Yes,
uh, and I got a chance to meet him years ago, and then obviously naturally got to meet you. DNA, know why you do what you do, who you let down if you failed, and so I think this whole conversation that we've been having in regards to life insurance is very important, and it puts it all into perspective. Is like your why, like what's inside you that makes you do the things that you do and make decisions that you make. And then lastly, I can't stress enough having a plan. Your plan doesn't always work out, right? But if you don't have a plan at all,
that's
um,
right.
it's pretty tough to get to that destination. And
Yes,
so, I'm not on here to sell life insurance in any way, but it's my responsibility to provide the information to folks. And I think that's also a part of your comprehensive plan is to think about how these things intertwine financially. So build relationships before you need them.
yes,
DNA and having a plan. So everybody just continue to stay safe and healthy. This whole COVID thing is I don't even call it a COVID thing, but COVID-19, still
yes,
from everything that I'm reading and everything that I see is alive. And the numbers are spiking up. And
yes,
so I know folks don't want to wear a mask. I understand they are uncomfortable, but like when you're around people, put your mask on, like because it not just protects you, it protects everybody else. And so I don't want to get political or anything like that on here,
mhm,
but just wear your mask because it protects everybody. Wash your hands and
yes,
stay distant. To practice the social distance and let's not be selfish. Like let's take care of each other because the quicker that we adopt these methods that they're asking us to use, the quicker that we can recover from this, and the numbers will start to dwindle, and hopefully that'll happen permanently. But just consider other people when you're maneuvering around during these times. But I hope everybody has a great day and an awesome weekend. Happy 4th of July. Happy holidays, 4th of July. Just have a great time with your family. And, I guess you can invite me to the barbecue, but I'm probably not going to come because I'll feel social distancing. But
right.
Yeah. And Dr. Seltzer, thank you again. And hope you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you. CYA, cover your assets.
Cover your assets?
Yes.
All right.